there is the Universal Studio. Is it Six Flags or Universal Studios that has the Marvel characters? Universal. So theoretically, we could do that, but of course, it would involve a lot of working together. Although, come to think of it, there was a comic request a few years ago for this promotional comic for Universal Studios. Comics, right? Like Doctor Doom had taken over the park or something, and like the X-Men or the Fantastic Four, someone had to stop it. And I was going to review it, and then I read through it, like, this is not so bad. And so it's one of those cases where like I swapped it out with like Candy Computer Whiz Kids or something, because like I needed something else to do. Because the thing is, if I don't feel like it's bad enough, or if there isn't enough material to do something with it, I will want to, change it out. The only exception to those is Patreon sponsored reviews, because they paid for it. I gotta review it, even if the episode's not that great. But so far, people have been pretty good about what they've been requesting. I think the weirdest one has been Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
I'm a vampire.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, I was still okay with that because I got so much damn material out of it. So yeah, I would love to do a crossover with him. We've met a few times before. He was actually in Minnesota doing a concert for I think one of the Mars Cons, like not that Mars Con, the other Mars Con. And yeah, we just went up to cons together, Cons Mongolian barbecue, and we had dinner and we just talked and stuff. So yeah, we're friends. So you met him.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, you've probably answered questions like this, but I haven't heard your answers. So, especially with the new trailer coming out, do you have any thoughts on Star Wars 7, Force Awakens? I know you're a Star Trek person, but...
Oh my God, that looks so good.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. Now, of course, people keep misinterpreting the Star Wars 3D review. What I said was I'm not as much into Star Wars as I am into Star Trek. It doesn't mean that I hated Star Wars or that I wasn't into it. I knew plenty of stuff about it, and I love the movies, and I hate the prequels because, of course, I do. I know some people like them, and that is okay. I'm very vocal about how I don't like the prequel.
Hey, man, George Lucas made Red Tails, a movie for African Americans. At least you should respect that.
I heard Red Tails was actually really bad.
I don't care. He's a storyteller. He can actually do his movies all he wants. I don't care. I don't care if people want to hate on him. All I want is respect for the man.
I will respect him for what he did. And
That was good.
I still don't think he's a very good writer, though.
Which man are we talking about?
George Lucas, I think.
Well, but a lot of stuff is credited.
I think of him as more of the Walt Disney of Star Wars.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Yeah. And then Star Wars got sold to Walt
Sorry,
Disney.
I turned this into the Star Wars panel.
Star Wars panel!
Fine.
This panel changes every 5 minutes.
No.
The panel.
Well, here's the thing. Even if Force Awakens is awful, that's okay because then we'll have new jokes. Because let's face it, we've run jokes about the prequels into the ground. It's time. We need new material out there. And unfortunately, stuff like Rebels and the Clone Wars, they didn't really have that same kind of zeitgeist with the popular audience, so people weren't, making jokes about it left and right. But the movies is where all the action is. So even if Force Awakens is god-awful, and, like, every character, like, if BB-8 is the next, but Jar Jar Binks,
No!
even if that was the case, we'd still have new jokes, and that is great.
Wait, have you watched Rebels or Clone Wars?
I have not.
People
You
like
should,
Jar
they're
Jar?
But yeah, I'm actually really...
Played by Sidious. Thank you, man.
We love Darth Sidious.
That Sidious deserved a better movie.
This is just fascinating to me. Anyway, I'm actually really looking forward to Force Awakens. In fact, on repeat, every time I watch one of the Force Awakens teasers and trailers, it actually motivates me to work on the Top of the Fourth Wall movie. Because just like this looks so epic, and I love seeing the practical sets. I love the acting and the music. Oh my God, the music for those trailers. I don't know what it is. It just hits the right moment. Like it's like They talked about this before, like they did a trailer breakdown of the latest trailer. Really, the latest trailer is just another teaser, because we still don't know what the damn plot is.
Yeah. Wait, who did the breakdown?
It was all practical, middle finger to a soccer fan. Not to mention, it was just a whole
See, I would argue against you, except that I'm pretty much doing the exact same thing up here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. And we should probably move on from this topic.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Linkara.
Hi.
I was wondering if you would dare to watch this movie with your particular date, in which people consider the greatest horror movie of 2015. Gem and the Hologram.
I am not watching that. We are not watching that.
No, I won't, because I don't like to watch boring movies. Because I've already seen that movie. I've seen it a million times before, or a million different Disney Channel movies. We've seen in fact, we saw the entire damn plot of the movie in the trailer. And again, there's no,
no jokes.
no, what's it, sweetie, you're the Gem fan. What's the thing?
Okay. Things wrong with Gem. 1, no misfits. 2,
No hologram.
Synergy is not actually a holographic
Synergy, that's it.
female. It's actually some sort of robot that they collect pieces to because Pokemon. 3, Erica Raymond, which is actually not that bad, but still, 4, no dead parents. 5, she just doesn't. The fashion's not as cute as the 80s comic. 6, the comic was better, go read the comic. 7, holy shit, why hell did you mess this up? 8, Justin Bieber. There's a problem with it because Justin Bieber's whole legacy inspired this movie. I don't know what number I'm on.
I love you.
Synergy.
Cinema Sins Live, ladies and gentlemen!
That was good.
So, no.
Read the comic.
Gloves.
The comic was
Two questions. One, do you ever go back to your old videos and go, man, I should have, I just thought of a really good joke that was worked on?
Not so much jokes as much as, man, this is poorly edited. And you ask any of the producers this, we all have the same answer. We don't like watching our old stuff because all we see are the mistakes. We see, we see, oh man, we could have tightened this up. Man, my performance is not as good. Man, half of my face is in shadow.
Unless it's Superman to Earth's End.
What was that?
Unless it's Superman at Earth's End.
Well, yeah, some of them hold up better than others, but in my mind, it's all I can see are the things that I did wrong in those videos, because 7 years later, I'm a better editor, I'm a better performer, and I'm a better writer. And even then, back then I was making jokes that I don't make today. Not really, bad jokes in particular, but just like, that could have been much funnier. And stuff like that. No specific ones. The only one that I've ever said that I would go back and redo is Bimbos in Time, because that was a good script, but I was sick when I filmed it, and I think it comes through in the performance.
And the other question I was going to ask is there any comic you want to review or have gotten Patreon request review, but you just cannot find?
Not yet. Usually, any kind of request like that, part of the requirement is I need to be able to have a copy of it, in some degree. Even if I can't get a physical copy, I need to be able to get a scan of it or something like that. Sometimes that's easier than others. Some of them I can actually get, through less than legal ways. But then again, if there's not any legal way of obtaining it, then what the hell am I supposed to do? But stuff like Jew Rangers worked out really well because Shout Factory had just released the DVD set of the entire thing. So I was like, hey, I can get these legally and, and just rip them and put them out there. And yeah, really the biggest problem with that was finding a way to keep the subtitles integrated into it, which I figured out fairly quickly. Over here, Youmacon.
Have you seen Sword Art Online abridged yet?
Nope.
You should watch it. It's
Okay.
Really, it's only like 7 episodes, so it's really easy to bust through.
All right, I'll try to watch that sometime.
It's really funny.
You sir again.
Alright.
Frank.
First, real quick, they rebooted Gem and they didn't have dead parents in a reboot? What?
Yes, he has a mom.
No, it's just every time you do a reboot of something, you're supposed to kill them.
There's not even a star. Oh, number 11, there's no orphanage. Number 12, there's barely any conflict. Number 13, fashion. How could you mess it up?
Sweetie, there's plenty of conflict. She's getting subsumed by media culture, which I think is what Gem is really all about.
Number 15, Twitter is the devil. Number 16,